Good evening, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in Napa Valley, and that means it's time for 5 o'clock somewhere. Cheers! 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 Salute, everybody! Hello! My name is Tia Buss. I'm joined here by my co-host, Christine Hinckley-Trice of Oh My God, I So Need a Glass of Wine, or I'm going to sell my kids. And we've got a great show for you tonight. We are going to be talking a little bit later to a gentleman who has been described as a provocateur, as well as he's also a talented musician, playing things like the Native American flute as well as the bass, playing in everything from rock bands to disco kind of type gigs, is my understanding. But before we go there, first we have been joined by two very lovely ladies that are here on behalf of the Napa Valley Grapegrowers. And you might remember Remy. I'll start with her first on the end. Remy Cohen and I did a little grape pruning bit probably about 3 weeks ago, I guess, or so, for the annual Napa Valley Grapegrowers Grape Pruning Competition. And she gave us a great lesson, and all of you a great lesson, on how you prune a vine properly. We are also joined tonight by Amy Warnock, and Amy is also a member of the Napa Valley Grapegrowers. She's part of the committees there, and also a viticulturalist for Orange Swift. So thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about this press conference you guys have coming up on Hootsuite, which is happening in just, another day or two?
Friday.
On Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the weather today, because it was rainy and sort of drizzly and sort of dreary all day here in Napa Valley. And I'm just wondering, what does this weather mean for the Napa Valley vines right now that they're in bud break and everything's sort of coming to life? Is this a good thing? Are we happy about this rain, or what's the thought?
Yes, definitely happy about the rain. Rem?
Yeah, at this point, we are close to the seasonal average in rain, but we got all of our rain in December, and it's been really dry since then.
Yeah, no, it seems like we're all thirsty. We're ready to see a little something coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So, the growing season has started. This is a critical time of year. You don't want to do anything at all to ruin the vintage that's coming up. So tell us about some of the things that you're going to be touching on at this Friday's Napa Valley Grapegrowers Spring Press Conference.
Yeah, well, it's always a little hard to predict how the season's going to go as of right now, but there are certain things that you can look at. I always look at how much rainfall we've gotten thus far and compare it to last year's. So we'll talk about that. We are in the growing season. Everyone has pruned, and we're just starting bud break, so just starting the growing season. We're about to start seeing the clusters, so that'll give us our first indication of yield. So we're seeing...
Well, but we're still in that window where we could potentially have a frost.
Oh,
I mean, really, right? I mean, when do we, come out of that frost danger?
In school, we learned that the frost window was over April 15th. However, we had frost June 24th last year.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's among the things I understand that you'll be addressing more, because there are some new technologies that are coming on that are helping everyone keep their vineyards frost protected, correct?
That's true. We have tools from the government, weather monitoring tools that we have access to. Many growers have their own tools as well. And there's also private companies that do irrigation consulting and fine water use monitoring that have really helped us in terms of protecting our crop and our investment in the vineyards over the years.
That's fabulous. So, some of the other things that I understand that you'll be addressing too is just, irrigation demands for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about rain and the fact that it has been maybe a little bit dry, and we're excited to see the rain falling today. But, that's another concern that could be coming down the road, once you have those grapes on the vine, is irrigation, right?
For sure. I mean, two things that go into irrigation are A, how much rain have you gotten, and then B, how hot is it? Because that dictates all the transpiration that's happening and how much water is actually being removed from the ground. So those two parameters are really important to monitor throughout the season. So again, we'll look at last year's rainfall compared to this year's rainfall, and also look at as many weather forecasts as we can, long-range weather forecasts as we can for this upcoming growing season.
That's exciting. That's excellent. So, Remy, I understand too that there are going to be a little bit of, there's some farm worker needs that are going to be addressed at the press conference as well. And of course, when we were together at the Napa Grape Grower Pruning Competition a few weeks ago, they were really the highlight because it's our vineyard workers that really keep our vines healthy, throughout the year out there, tending and making sure that we have these beautiful little grape clusters so that we can enjoy some great wine. So you'll be addressing some farm worker needs too at the press conference?
Yes, so one of the priorities of the Napa Valley Grape Growers is to support and enrich the lives of our farm workers. They're our most valuable resource in the industry. And so the Napa Valley Grape Growers holds an annual fundraiser, which is really a wonderful event called Stomp. You can learn more about it on napagrowers.org. And it's a really fun event, but more importantly, it raises money for our Farm Worker Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that has educational events, workshops, seminars, and also an event called Dia de la Familia, where farm workers and their families can come and learn about resources that are available to them in the Napa community.
That's fantastic. That's great. And so important to what we do here in the Valley. So it's important to take care of our people. So let's talk about the details because we know you don't want to miss this fabulous press conference. So Friday's press conference is taking place at 9:15 a.m. You can watch it here on Tootsuite. Just go to www.tootsuite.com. And you can also tweet questions, is my understanding, to @NV Grape Growers. So let me just say that again, @NV Grape Growers. And I assume that you'll have folks on your end who will be available to pass those questions along to you as the press conference is going on and answer whatever questions you may have. So, before we move on, tell us a little bit more about the Napa Grape Growers too. We were talking earlier, you have quite a large membership. How many members do you have currently?
We have over 600 members, grower members, vineyard management companies, and also associate members. There's a lot of other organizations and individuals in the community that like to be a part of this wonderful industry that we have here in Napa County. And we represent nearly all of the vineyard land in Napa, which is wonderful.
Which is over, what, 40,000 acres or so?
Yeah, it's about 45,000 acres of grapes in Napa County.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's great. And what are some of the initiatives, or what are you really trying to do with this organization?
Well, we like to promote the Napa Valley region as a world-class wine growing region. And to do so, we like to support and educate our members and the community at large. Not only do we have the Farm Worker Foundation, but we have grower seminars. So we have a Sustainable Vineyard Practices series that's focused on educating growers and vineyard management companies on the latest in sustainability and viticultural practices. We also have seminars that are more geared towards vineyard owners and winery owners that are often a little bit higher level and forward-thinking events that not focus quite as much on technical viticulture, but on the industry in general.
Right, right.
It also just serves as a hub for growers for information. They have the Napa Valley Grape Market, so if you have grapes to sell, you can list them on their site. If you're looking for grapes to sell, you can just hop on their site and look for, I'm looking for 10 tons of Chardonnay. Does anybody have any available? Again, as Remy said, the educational seminars, I get so much out of those as a grower. Yeah, it's a really good organization.
That's fabulous. Good. Well, again, thank you so much for being here to tell us and give us a little teaser as to what's to come on Friday. So again, let me just repeat to you, the press conference for the Napa Valley Grape Growers to update you on everything that has to do with the upcoming season, what's going to happen, what's going on in the industry, what grapes are in highest demand and why, talking about new technologies in frost protection, irrigation, and more. And so again, that press conference is happening Friday at 9 a.m. here on Tootsuite. Just go to www.tootsuite.com and you can view it live. You can also tweet your questions to @NVGrapeGrowers, and you won't want to miss it. Sounds great. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Adam. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. Definitely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to 2013.
Here's to a good vintage. That's right. Oh, we missed each other.